Days of Our Lives creative news. A father's fear, inside Steve Johnson's desperate search for Stephanie. Salem is holding its breath this week as the hunt for Stephanie Johnson intensifies. Following her terrifying Monday abduction by an unknown stalker, Tuesday, February 24, finds a group of desperate loved ones scrambling for answers. At the center of the storm is Steve Patch Johnson, a man whose past as a ISA agent and private investigator has led him into countless dangerous situations, but none as personal as this. The latest Days of Our Lives spoilers confirm that the coming episodes will be a masterclass in paternal anguish, corporate rage, and unexpected friendship, all set against the backdrop of a city that has once again become a hunting ground. The Predator revealed. As the episode opens, the nightmare crystallizes for Stephanie Abigail Klein. After being grabbed by her stalker, an attack that spoilers confirm happened right under the nose of hospital security, she finally comes face to face with her captor. For weeks, Stephanie, her family, and the entire Salem PD operated under the assumption that her abusive ex, Jeremy Horton, was behind the threats. But in a chilling twist that changes everything, Stephanie sees the truth. Her stalker is not Jeremy, but a face from an even more traumatic past. According to Daily Soap Dish, the man holding her hostage is none other than Owen Kent Michael Rourke. For newer viewers, the name might not ring a bell, but for Stephanie and longtime fans, it represents a deep cut of Salem horror. Back in 2009, Owen was a med student who became dangerously obsessed with Stephanie. On the orders of a vengeful EJD Mela, he kidnapped her once before. Now, over a decade and a half later, the monster has crawled back out of the shadows. The terror on Stephanie's face upon recognizing Owen is more than just fear for her life. It's the realization that a chapter she thought was sealed forever has been violently ripped open. With Owen looming over her, the psychological warfare has only just begun. Little Sweetness is missing. While Stephanie plots her survival in an unknown location, Salem becomes a war room. Tuesday's episode is dominated by Steve Johnson's, Stephen Nichols' relentless search for his Little Sweetness. Spoilers from Soap Hub describe Steve drawing on his decades of investigative experience, but this isn't a case he can approach with cold, professional detachment. This is his daughter. Every lead is a lifeline, every dead end a fresh stab of guilt. We can expect to see Steve paired with Jada Hunter, Elia Cantu, trying to connect the evidentiary dots that Kayla began uncovering on Monday. But Steve's methodical search is contrasted sharply with the reaction of Stephanie's fiancé, Alex Kuriaki's Robert Scott Wilson. While Steve investigates, Alex is described as one who fumes, stomps, and makes empty threats. His rage is palpable, a impotent fury against an enemy he cannot see or punch. However, the danger escalates dramatically. Spoiler photos from the February 24 episode tease a shocking development. Jeremy Michael Rourke doesn't just hold Stephanie, he captures Alex at gunpoint. The stalker is not just toying with his victim. He is actively building a collection of prisoners, drawing Stephanie's protector directly into his web of chaos. A Mother's Wrath. Kayla vs. E.J. While Steve and Alex are out on the streets, Stephanie's mother, Kayla Johnson, Mary Beth Evans, launches an attack of her own on a different front. The discovery she made on Monday, a surprising clue, at the hospital, has given her the ammunition she needs to confront the man she believes is compromising the integrity of her workplace. E.J. Demara, Dan Feuerriegel. Tuesday's episode features a scene fans have been waiting for, as Kayla charges in and puts E.J. on the spot. The source of her fury. E.J.'s secret. unauthorized experiments being conducted in a hidden lab within the hospital. For Kayla, who has dedicated her life to healing within those walls, this is the ultimate betrayal. Soap Hub notes that while Kayla can't yet prove his ill intentions definitively, she can certainly say it loudly. Expect a verbal beatdown that reminds everyone why you don't mess with a Johnson woman. This confrontation is about more than hospital politics, it's about control. With her daughter missing and her ability to protect her seemingly failed, Kayla lashes out at the only target available, demanding answers that EJ is unlikely to give. A different kind of bonding. Amidst the kidnapping chaos and corporate warfare, the episode offers a moment of poignant connection. Chanel Dupree Demera, Raven Bowens, and Sarah Horton, Lindsay Godfrey, grow closer as they bond over their journeys of motherhood. Chanel's pregnancy remains high risk, a source of constant anxiety for her and her husband, Johnny. Meanwhile, Sarah carries the heavy weight of her own history, the loss of her daughter, Mackenzie, and the complicated reality of watching that child grow up as Rachel Black. For Chanel, Sarah is a confidant who understands the specific fears of an expectant mother, especially one who has already suffered a miscarriage. Spoilers from Soap Hub hint at a health scare for Chanel during this episode, with Paulina by her side, leading to an appointment with Sarah. This moment of shared vulnerability underscores the theme of family that runs through Tuesday's show. While Steve fights to preserve his family by finding Stephanie, Chanel and Sarah work to nurture theirs, hoping for a future that, for Stephanie, is currently hanging in the balance. As Tuesday's episode ends, the net tightens. With Alex now also in Jeremy's clutches, the stakes have never been higher. Steve's search continues, Kayla's war with EJ escalates, and Stephanie's fight for freedom is just beginning. In Salem, danger is never far from home.